Good morning. A little bit late with this one as War 11 has already started, but this is 10 against NEWN, which is kind of the first part of title decider really. 3 fights today. Symbiote Tigra and no, it's not, Symbiote Jabari and Shuri. It was originally going to be Chi instead of Jabari, but we switched things up. No, I had a completely different assignment. I've just remembered. I've not long woken up, and I just wanted to get this done, so I'm a little bit hazy. The eventual plan was Viv on path 3 into path 3. I was originally going to path 9 with Warlock and someone else. Anyway, Viv here is a little bit different to Red Skull in that there's no auto block to worry about. Still obviously have to be very careful. Like the Red Skull fight, it's an extremely easy and simple fight with the risk of instant death if you make one single slip up. Obviously if I have no power, Viv can throw unblockable special ones, which if they caught me, I'm not sure I'd bleed to death because they're non-contact, but nevertheless they would hurt. But of course Shuri can block unblockable specials if she's duped. So we just kept life simple here, held block. I changed my stat focus to block proficiency here. I also obviously get power drained on any basics that aren't heavies, but not enough to not be able to build power. So everything's a little bit slower. I didn't want to utilise the being able to make her miss me is useful, but I didn't want to rely on it too much because again, any slip up and loss of rhythm could result on me getting caught once and instant death. I noticed I was making a lot of perfect blocks without necessarily parrying, which was interesting. I've not noticed that from Shuri before. But anyway, this fight is going pretty well so far. I'm just maintaining distance so that there's less need for me to have to do any shallow parries, because for me that's where I risk missing a block or whatever and getting caught. So I wanted to keep lots of distance, stay away from her, let her dash at me so I can block and parry that safely. And yeah. This fight is going very, very well. This is a rank 4 Viv. I was a little bit surprised to see her unduped, to be honest. I'm not sure how much she needs it as a defender, but she's a good champ. It's nice to see her as a 7-star. I do like her. It's not someone I'd be comfortable using in war because I'm a scrub, and again, she requires very clean play, and that is not in my vocab. She goes down nice and easy. We wait for the wonderful T-Win to take down Enchantress, and then the following day we can go for this fight. Now I took this fight earlier in the season. It's pretty good. We realised that this Okoye was likely going to be placed with max deep wounds, which would actually completely screw up my MD and I wouldn't gain any power from it, and I'd have to rely on Symbiote's natural rotation. But nevertheless I'd nullify her buffs. In the end it turns out she wasn't placed with max deep wounds, I guess, and therefore I gained MD. She has no buffs, and it turns into a little bit of a slugfest. Now the difficulty here is that I haven't gained an L3 yet. Encroaching stun is encroaching, and I have a choice whether to either throw the L2 early, which I didn't have anymore, throw the L3, which I need to do for my rotation, knowing it's not going to affect the encroaching stun timer, and therefore I'm going to get stunned and have to eat a combo, knowing it won't kill me, and just pray she didn't throw the L2 into my face whilst still stunned. She was a little bit friendly there, thank God, because yeah, I threw the L1 here, very out of character, but I wanted to nullify a couple of those buffs, because once they build up, I've had very poor stagger RNG. I threw the relic there, hoping it would mess up the stun timer, which it didn't, but it did buy me space to stay safe. So that kind of saved my life there, really. Yeah, Symbiote makes this fight safer in the sense that it does remove all her buffs, but he doesn't gain power quickly enough to deal with the stun timer, and so this fight does remain dangerous. It's definitely not. If I took this fight 10 times, there are a couple of times where I could well end up dying. She goes down, but yeah. This Jabari, this Jess Jones on node 30 is a new one for me. I'm used to taking her at various points around the map, but I also knew about when I gain power, she'll gain investigation charges, which she removes once I have cleanse up. But then if a weakness slips through whilst she throws a special and I cleanse that, and I take damage. So it's important to not actually cleanse anything, but merely to have cleanse active when she gains her charges. I'm so used to being able to just take Jess with Jabari nice and easily. I wasn't actually so au fait with her kit, so I did have to do some homework on it. But otherwise, it's a slower Jess Jabari fight. Because of safeguard and because of combat deja vu, it's just parry, light, medium, light, medium, light, medium, light, if she has a bar, so that I can allow her to throw, and then I can follow up with a medium punish. And yeah, just play patiently. I wasn't going to focus on getting to the hunt so much. I know that I'll get there. I wasn't going to focus on lining it up to get the big fury. It's a safeguard anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. Max deep wounds is most important. Make sure I parry everything and keep out of the way of her specials. I tested the light punish there, nowhere near in range, but that's fine. She's going down very easily. Again, this is a fight that could be very costly if she catches me. It's costly if Jess catches you anyway, to be honest. I still remember many seasons ago getting caught by the kitchen sink and being very lucky to not die. I finished on very low health. Anyway, it's not going to happen today. We went into this, I think, if not 2-0 down, 3-0 or 3-1 down, and we know NEWN that are already guaranteed War Champ rewards this season, thanks to Kabam. But it was looking like they were just going to smash the season anyway. They really steamrolled it. But by the time I took this fight, they'd sold a few fights, and there's Jess bleeding out there. And yeah, we actually ended up winning the war. NEWN really snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, which we are happy about, but we won 8-4 in the end. Really, really great result for us. Puts us currently in first place. Still a lot of work to do though. So GG's to NEWN, GG's to my guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye!